What's up, people? It's your girl Alyssa. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, if you're not, and you're one of my OG subscribers, thank you so much for coming back again. Today, girl, we're gonna get into a Pat McGrath review. First of all, I'm so excited. I just got this package yesterday. I'm like, I have to film and get this up. We are going to be reviewing the foundation, the concealer, and I got an eyeshadow palette as well. So if you are interested in seeing how I am feeling these Pat McGrath products, then just keep on watching. Girl, and if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now and let's jump into it. Okay, so brows are on, period. We're going to start out with the eyeshadow palette. So the palette that I got is the MTHRSHP Sublime Golden Opulence palette. So this is the packaging, and you know Pat goes crazy with the packaging. This end, and that's how it looks. Let me take this off. So these are the shade names. You know, since the way the packaging is set up, you can't like look at the bottom of the names. I would have preferred for the names to have been printed on the actual palette, especially for the amount of coin we spent. You know, this little here, you know, come on out. But anyway, these shades are so pretty. I am going to create a little look with this today and just truly see the formula and how it just blends and everything. People have given Pat so many great reviews. This is my first Pat eyeshadow and face products. I have the lips. I had tried like the little mini sets that Sephora was serving up. But yeah, so I am going to take the Pat McGrath concealer and actually prime my eyes. I did use the concealer to carve out the brows in the shade M18. So I'm just going to use the same one to just prime my eyes. Y'all know how I do with the concealer. So Pat McGrath was having a sale on her site for 25% off on purchases over $150, and you guys know it's easy to get to $150 with her pricing. So I went ahead and ordered this from her site and not from Sephora, since I was gonna get 25 instead of 20. Okay, to start off, I'm taking the Scott Barnes 61 brush. It's like a little fan, and I'm going to start and pat that right into this shade in the middle, which is a nice little transition shade. This Scott Barnes brush is nice and fluffy, and it's nice and rounded, and it's going to give us that shape and the crease that we want. I be watching Rose and Ben on IG, and she always uses this brush, so I wanted to go ahead and use it as well. Look, I bought another Scott Barnes brush. These were on sale on Macy's, so I got like the blending brush. And I'm gonna take this dark shade here, pick a little bit up, and apply. Ooh, that immediately went on to that. You see that? Okay, that really just blended so nicely, and I'm just tapping ever so slightly into the color because this is a darker shade and these are pretty pigmented, so I don't want to do too much. Okay, so we have that nice and blended, and I'm trying to figure out what shade I want to do. Let's swatch them and just see what they look like. Ooh, these are all really pretty. I'm liking these two. It's on my finger already. Might as well just tap that on. Okay, mind you, wow, this is just a swatch on my pinky that just did all this, okay? I didn't have any extra concealer down or anything. Ooh, that's real pretty. Look how easy it's just going on. Like it's just going on like I, you know, had like some concealer down. It's sticking. It applied nicely with both a brush and my finger. You know, that's a struggle with some of these shimmers don't go on good with your brush. Okay, so I went ahead and put the primer on there. Of course, I used a Milk Makeup Primer. I did just do a Sephora favorites video. Talked about all of my favorites if you need some Sephora spring sale recommendations. So that'll be linked below. Go ahead and check that out. But we're going to jump into the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. Okay, and we know that Pat goes off with the packaging. It's definitely kind of like a cigarette box. That's what it reminds me of. And the foundation just slides right on out. Yes, so pretty. The bottle is so pretty. You do get 1 fluid ounce of product. Sorry, you get 1.18 fluid ounce of product. And I did get it in the shade medium 19. So it has a pump. The top just comes right on off. And girl, we just gonna jump right ahead. Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome. I usually do one side with the brush, one side with the sponge. So that's what we're gonna do here, just to see how the Pat McGrath foundation performs with both tools. I think it's important to know. It is super liquidy. Look at that. I am going to take it, scoop it, and plop it on this side. This side is gonna be the brush side. So let's see if this shade is good. Yeah, this shade is really good. It's matching very nicely. I feel like this might be best with a brush because I feel like a sponge might just soak it all up, child. Ladies with short hair, remember to apply it to your ears. Okay, so we have one side on and I can see a difference. My monitor is over here, which is what I'm looking at, so I can be able to explain it to you guys. I do see a difference. It's definitely light to medium coverage. It adds like a nice evenness to the skin tone, but the skin still shines through. That's why I love doing one side at one time, you know, so we can see. I'm going to, the beginning I feel like was 1 pump, or it might have been 2 pumps. Might have been 1 pump because that's a lot. So I'm gonna go in and build it up again just to see where we end up. And see if we can build this foundation, because I'm sure it's something that people will want to build and want a little bit more coverage, unless you're going to mix it with a more full coverage foundation. It's very nice, very pretty, very Pat McGrath. I feel like she stays true to like the high fashion runway look. So I really didn't expect her to serve up like too much coverage and like too thick of a foundation, because she's like working with models and celebrities and they don't really like be doing too damn much on their skin. Look at this. This is pretty. This is really pretty. Now, $68. So it's hard for me to say if it's like necessarily worth $68 because it's Pat McGrath, and I mean, did y'all think it was gonna be cheap? And she is a Black woman and I'm just here to support. At first, when I was like paying attention and when it first came out, I'm like, it's not serving up no coverage for $70. It really doesn't make much sense. But as I play with it, it is giving me something that none of the foundations that I have are giving me or have given me. It's a nice thin formula. Now the Fenty is very thin as well, but it's giving a nice healthy, like natural radiance to the skin. And can you see as I turn, it is like a real difference. I can't believe this. It's so thin, you don't really think you're gonna see too much of a difference, but it does. Okay, so this is the one side, 2 layers with a brush. I think I probably like it best with the brush, but I have this on my hand. I'm gonna just swipe it on here. And let's tap it with the sponge and see what happens. Now that was just like a little bit I had left on there. Okay. That's doing good with a sponge too. Girl, stop playing with Pat. Stop playing with Pat. Girl, boo. Who said you couldn't use a sponge with this thin foundation? Pat didn't say that, because baby, I don't even feel like I need to do 2 layers. They look the same, like the same amount of coverage on the brush side as the sponge side. And I only did this 1 layer. Now I am gonna go on with more on this side just because that's what I did on the brush side. I'm gonna just take one more pump. That's pretty much how much you give it the pump. Ooh, it's so ashy right here. And I'm just going to add a little bit more coverage. Man, both sides are looking really good. So which side looks best to you guys? Comment down below, let me know. Do you like the brush side best or the sponge side? I feel like I'm liking the sponge side, which I didn't expect to. I thought the brush was gonna perform better with this one, but they both look good, first of all. But the sponge side, I feel like it's hard for me to choose. Y'all tell me what y'all think, because I really don't know. So I have two concealers that we're going to try today. Just to show you guys, this is the packaging here. It has the, you know, writing on the front, Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer. You get 0.16 fluid ounces of product. And it has all the ingredients on the back. And it plops open similar to the foundation. And here is the concealer. So this is M16 and I have M18. So we will be using these two today. Nice heavy packaging, which is great. Look at the skin. This foundation is luxury. Oh, y'all. Okay, so it has like a little slant on the doe foot. Can we see that? A little slant on the doe foot. This is M18 that I'm gonna go in with first. And this is closest to my skin tone, as you can tell, because the foundation I have is M19. So this is like one shade lighter. So I live streamed a few weeks ago on YouTube and I had tried this out briefly. I don't know if you guys were able to check that out. I also showed you guys my beauty room in that video. I gave a lot of life updates, so might want to check that out. But that's what made me want to go out and purchase a lighter shade, because that's when I first opened that one and realized that it's kind of dark. So this one is M16. We're going to mix this in. It's also very peachy, right? On the site it said it was peachy. So I feel like it's going to give me some corrective vibes as well as highlight us up. And I feel like, so the formula of the concealer is way thicker than the foundation, for sure. Just blending that out with a brush. This is the Real Techniques setting brush, which blends out concealers like a dream always. And just look at it blend. I love a good forehead blend. I live for a good forehead blend. Like, let me back it because I feel like I'm too much into the light. I need to, y'all know I'm still figuring out my setup, child. But ooh, Pat does not disappoint at all, clearly. Come on, forehead blend. Girl, I probably used too much, but that's okay because we're just gonna blend it out. But it's just serving up so much coverage. Ooh, and they do claim this to have high full coverage, so it really does. You guys, my skin looks really good. I can't believe I was asleep on Pat for this long. Stop playing with Pat, Alyssa, because this is just the bomb. I'm gonna take my Makeup Forever and I'm just gonna do my set routine really quickly, and I'll be back so we can talk about the foundation gel. Okay, I lined my lips and just finished off my face. And I was gonna do a lipstick. These two are from Pat here, from the little mini sets that I mentioned earlier. But I think I just have on a lip liner now, which is Vibes from Morphe. So I'm gonna go in with this Pat McGrath lip gloss in the shade Pale Fire Nectar. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, you guys, this skin is just looking marvelous. I'm gonna go and fix my hair and stuff and probably put on a different shirt and come back with a final look, and then we'll chat, girl. Chat about Pat, period. Because we've been asleep over here on the ChicMarieB channel. We're woke now, though. We're woke. Okay, you guys, this is the final look. I am loving the skin. The skin looks so healthy and so dewy, but not shiny. I did my pretty much normal routine, and I'm just very pleased with this foundation. I'm gonna say if you are, or you have been interested in buying it, and you are already willing to spend the coin on it, I would recommend trying it out because you can get 20% off right now. You know, I bought it because I got it on sale. And I actually got my shade from Foundation.com. So Foundation.com really be serving up true, like the correct match. If you put in at least 2 foundations that truly match you, they really give you some true matches, because I got so many foundations, some of the matches that they were giving me I had already owned. So that's what made me like, okay, they making some sense. Like Sephora, girl, I don't know what Sephora shade match be doing online. It don't really be accurate all the time. But you know, that's like any technology. But if you want something kind of accurate, Foundation.com, bomb. Anyway, back to this. As you can see, it's not super full coverage. So if you're looking for super duper full, this is not going to give it up to you at all. I still feel like I look glam though. I can tell you that. I don't feel like I'm looking like super duper natural. I look, you know, like my regular natural but cute, whatever. Girl, what am I doing with my hair? My usual style, you know, like not super Instagram-y, but just me. And I feel like I look like I have on makeup, and I think it looks nice. Also, the concealers. So if you did not know, sorry, the foundation retails for $68. The concealers for $32. To have 2 of these, that's $64. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. Okay, but I think that these things are worth it. I really like how it looked. However, I will say, if you're looking for like a foundation that you want to use all the time, a concealer that you want to use all the time, it is cheaper options. So if you have like a lot of makeup and you want to like try this out, that makes sense. But if you're looking for a new first foundation, girl, don't go and buy no $68 and $32 concealer at all. You know, like this is like a collector's item. And if you're into makeup or you want to spend the money on it, you feel like this will give you the, you know, the coverage that you're looking for, yes. But if this your first go around, girl, go and get you some, at least get you some Fenty. Like Fenty's like $32 for the foundation, you know? Let's read the claims of what they were saying this was gonna do. A long-wearing, customizable foundation that builds from sheer to medium in a wide range of universal hues. Okay. Provide long-lasting wear, high-purity pigments, okay, to deliver enhanced wear, a creamy feel, and controlled and easily buildable. Yes, it like my face don't feel heavy at all. Like my face, the heaviest thing on me is these damn lashes, to be honest, but that's another story. But the lashes are really cute, but they the heaviest thing on me. That's on period. Enhances radiance and skin luminosity. This decreases the appearance of skin imperfections. It's doing all of that, girl. This is really nice. Okay, the eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette is really nice. I feel like my eyes are bomb, nice and creamy. You know, this retails for $65. She has like the ones with the 12 shadows, I believe, and that's like $125. Now, like I mentioned, if you don't have a lot of eyeshadow palettes and you don't do a lot of eyeshadow, you're not a makeup collectors, don't go out and buy this as your first palette. No, it's so many other palettes to get, and that is like $12 from ColourPop. Juvia's Place has nice eyeshadow palettes, so don't start off with this as a first palette, no. But if you're into makeup and you've been wanting to try out Pat, I would say give this one a try. I chose this one because it was the most neutral, like normal shades. A lot of them she got like fun, funky shades, greens and stuff like that. I wasn't gonna break down and buy a 125 palette. I still haven't spent that much on a palette or any individual item. And I have a lot of makeup. I ain't crossed that border yet. So that's why I went ahead and got the $65 one. My shadow is blended to perfection. Can I get this shadow look with another, palette? Probably. However, this is bomb. I actually really do like it, and I'm glad that I bought it. So basically, the point of all this is letting you guys know that the products are bomb. But don't go out and spend $200, $400 on Pat McGrath on my behalf. Don't do that. But if you've been wanting to try out this stuff like I have, I finally caved and got it. I'm happy that I did. And if you just like me, I would say go out and get it for sure. We could just get into my skin and you can check out how dewy and luminous and glowy, but it still got some coverage. The concealer is definitely full coverage. It's not heavy. I think it'd go great on mature skin as well as, all type of skin types, skin tones, skin textures. So I think it is truly for everyone. Like I mentioned, my shade is M19, and if we are foundation twins, this should definitely work for you. And yeah, you guys, what else should I be mentioning? Is that it? The concealer? If you made it to the end of the video, comment down below. Just show some love down below. You can just let me know how you doing. Comment an emoji. Give me a hug in the comments, whatever you want to do. Thank you so much for watching the video. And if you have not hit the subscribe button and you made it to the end, girl, you might as well just join the family. We would love to have you. And I will see y'all on my next video. Peace.